so I'm going to do a quick overview of the syllabus and just some highlight stuff. So some of this other stuff at the top, some of this we've already kind of gone over. And then, side note, if this was lost on you, it's from Office Space. If you have not seen it, you have homework. Okay, so the course description, pretty standard from what's also on like our program page, and in the like course descriptions and all that stuff. This is a heavy duty writing and research class. We do kind of an inquiry project. You choose a topic. We do a lot of research and writing and revising and workshopping on that topic, and then pull from those final drafts, and then or present those final drafts and pull from your other drafts and other work in the semester, and display everything in a portfolio at the end of the term, which is going to be on a site just like this one on Wix. And along with that is going to be a writing theory, which is basically the reflective piece that talks about your take on like what good writing looks like for you, for how you use reading and writing, the fields you're going to go into, and talks about like your work in the class, and talks about everything you displayed in the portfolio. It is asynchronous, so the course has no designated class sessions. Like, we don't all get on Zoom, we don't meet face to face, and we don't get on Zoom and meet like all together, but we do divide up, and I've talked a little bit about this already, but we do divide up work into 3 kind of sessions or groups on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, when everything will be due on those days, and work will be up Monday or Tuesday, beginning of the week, and you could kind of work on it on your own pace. The only time that we do meet is that you do have to do small group kind of workshops, a few of those with other students, like face-to-face on Zoom, and you do one-on-one conferences with me, but those are things where I post a sign-up sheet and you can kind of work with your own schedule for that. The main thing that we do is work on these key concepts. It's actually something you're going to be working with the next week or two as we like get started and dive into the project and all of that fun stuff. So these are our 5 key concepts. We're actually going to start, I think at the beginning of next week is going to be the first time we like really kind of hit these and go over stuff. They're basically 5 skills that like even across fields and all people's different preferences, we agree that these are skills that good writers have. So our goal through our project and our portfolio is to work on these skills. And when you get to the portfolio, that's sort of what I'll be looking for, is whether or not through your project you worked on the like individual like strategies and things that correspond with these skills. All right, quickly, materials and components, stuff you need. This is pretty straightforward. We don't have like a required text. Everything is on Canvas, either as a link or a PDF. You have to do a lot of reading on your own, like for your own research, but that's about it. You do have some things required. You've already set up, for instance, your writing folder on your Google Drive, Wix website, but that's free, and we're going to do this like together as an activity during the week, and you'll have time to get feedback and help with that stuff. And this isn't necessarily like a web design class, obviously, but one of the things that we do kind of talk about through the term are how writing isn't just about the words we use, it's about all the other decisions that help support our words. It's how we organize and how we present. It's the images and fonts and the tone and all the other things that kind of go along with writing. You also need access to Zoom for those like small group things and the individual conferences that we'll be doing. Go back to the top and back to the home page, and then we'll go on to the next thing. So assessment and feedback. So some of the main things to keep in mind with this are that this is a portfolio a portfolio class, so half of your grade, 50%, is from this portfolio. The things that portfolios really value are you being able to select your work, show final drafts, and be able to have a chance to revise your work and have a chance to comment on your own work. There's a lot here that's a lot intended with the portfolio that's about students having control over their work and what they decide to show and what they decide to talk about from the semester. And because of that, and along with the revision opportunities, grades tend to be higher in portfolio classes, because it's not as much of a study and guess as it is you being able to select and display what you choose. So again, that portfolio is 50%. It has that writing theory, which is the big kind of reflective piece that talks about like your work and what you included and your thoughts on writing, and then your inquiry project. So 30% of your grade is course engagement, and I mean, course engagement is really like a lot of things. It's all of the daily work. It's the stuff that you're assigned for basically for your 3 sessions during the week. Your, reading and reflections and writing prompts and stuff in your notebook and Padlets and discussion posts and notes and all that other stuff. Sometimes as a part of that, you'll also have drafting stages, like while we're working on your inquiry project. You might have like a draft or a brainstorming or some things like that that you'll have due during one of your 3 sessions during the week, and that also counts toward it. It's also the way you engage with others. So like I said, not everybody is comfortable or shines in every single aspect of the class, and one of the ways you can kind of help yourself in this area is to ask. Look at your feedback, ask what you could be doing more, check your grade on a regular basis, and if all else fails, use the coffee shop, like ask questions, reply to others. That kind of stuff can always, show that you are doing your very best to participate as much as possible. It is holistically, so the A range would be like you're pretty much doing everything. Everything is, really thorough. You're really engaged with your peers. You might be missing a couple of things here and there. I kind of hold off on like 98 to 100. Like, these are the people that might be doing something like really above and beyond besides just meeting like the A requirements. Like, they are regularly like going out of their way to, help peers, post in the coffee shop, ask really good questions, maybe seek out like extra feedback, that kind of stuff. B range, again, like, there's a couple of ways, like either, your work is always there, it maybe is less developed, or it gives you some room to have some hiccups along the way. But again, you can always kind of see where your grade is for this course engagement grade. A C range, again, like it just kind of goes down a little bit, like maybe you've done most of your work. You've made, all of the, maybe A or B requirements when you're turning in work, but you're missing some things. You've had to get caught back up. Again, you can kind of read through some of these requirements. If you are missing more than 12 things, not quizzes, but if you're missing more than 12 activities in your grade book other than quizzes, it's an automatic F for course engagement. And I do sort of feel like this is one of those classes that you kind of choose the grade that you're comfortable with. Like if your schedule doesn't allow it and you don't have time to do the work for an A and you just need to get by with a B, you can do that. If you really want to make an A, you can always ask. You can always be proactive. Like even when people get behind, I will say like, send me an email. Let me know what's going on. We could come up with some kind of plan to help you maybe catch up the best you can. If you need an extension, send me an email. If you run into stuff, if you're on top of it and you're letting me know what's going on and making arrangements for stuff, there's no reason that you wouldn't come out with a good grade. And again, quizzes do not count toward course quizzes do not count toward course engagement. There's 10% for quizzes. It's kind of that automatic score that you can always see. You can take them up to 3 times. Only the first one has to be by the due date, so you can always go back and revise. And they're kind of just more for one, accountability for some of the like lectures and videos and things, but also kind of to refresh and highlight stuff and to see where you have questions. So they're more for practice and for help than they are necessarily for assessment. But it should be, honestly, because if you're going to revise, it should be a pretty easy like grade pick-me-up, but it's not a grade carrier. That 10% won't get you very far if you're not doing the other stuff in the class too. Writing feedback engagement, these are your individual conferences, attending and participating in at least 4 scheduled group workshops during the course of the term. I'll always kind of let you know and have a, I'll have sign up sheets, and you can, sign up and let me know ahead of time if something doesn't work and kind of get that worked out. But that is 10% because workshopping is a really big part of, well, writing. And then there's always like revision and bonus opportunities. I'll kind of let you look through that. Like we revise all semester because of the portfolio, or all term. I do send out some like opportunities to like catch up a little bit, like at the midterm and at the end of the term. Quizzes often have built-in bonuses to get more than a perfect score, and you can keep up to 2 points. So if you have 102 average on your quizzes, you can keep 2 of those points and use them toward your portfolio at the end of the term. So there's a bonus there, and kind of an extra incentive to do the bonuses on the quizzes and to revise. There's always an exception with just like extra credit. So I do, will often like reach out, or you're welcome to reach out if you feel like you really hit a bump in the road. You can email me and say, hi, this is what's been going on. I've kind of already talked about this, and I'll come up with kind of we'll come up with a list and kind of a contract of things to like help you kind of make up what you can to bring your grade back up. So always like reach out if you're having trouble. And then I'm not going to do very much with policies because I feel like a lot of those things are pretty straightforward and you can read through them pretty easily. Through. I do accept late work up to 3 days after the due date. I don't necessarily have a point deduction necessarily. It's part of that holistic, like I look at how much you're turning in late work and it goes towards your course engagement grade. I don't necessarily say like you lose like half the points if you don't turn this in. I usually say if you are gonna you need more time, send me an email, let me know, and I'll have you put like extension given in the comments for that activity. It's pretty open. I don't accept late drafts of major assignments without approval. Reason being is that we're always building, so it's easy to go back and like create early drafts and turn them in. So if you're running behind on a major assignment, this does not mean that you should not turn it in. What it means is that you should ask for an extension and ask for some help if you're running into something. Usually people get stuck. I can meet with you for 5 minutes on Zoom and we can work out what you're having a problem with. And you can get an extension, and then it doesn't affect your grade just because you hit a bump and got a little bit behind. Let's see. And then plagiarism, email, all that fun stuff. Peace.